game. Got 'em geeking, ain't nothing changed. We chasing change, it's a B&E thing. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, oh, yeah. It's just a hungry money thing.
We got the music. You're gonna have to catch the music and all that stuff on the YouTube.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Well, good evening. We're here this evening on Raw Wisdom's podcast, and we have a special treat for you today. I'm guaranteed to be hilarious and interesting. I'd like to introduce to you, of course, you know, Raw Wisdom.
Hey, everybody.
And this is her other half. We have Real. This is Raw's fiance.
The one and only. The
Yes,
one and only.
indeed. Yes, indeed. And on this issue of our Walk Your Walk segment, we're going to be discussing how these two men and who they were beforehand and what brought them on the path to each other. So I'm definitely going to be asking questions to both of them to kind of see who was the Real before Raw, who was the Raw before Real, and how we ended up Real Raw. And it's guaranteed to end up that way at some point. So I believe I'm going to take it easy and start with Raw.
Do I need to sign any disclaimers or anything before we start this?
Disclaimers. No, when you own the show, you can do what you want to do on the show.
All right, long as we agree that when we walk out this door, everything stays in here. Right? It's just like Vegas.
Oh, no, okay.
No,
so
this is
you're
not
saying
Vegas.
What's in the studio stays in the studio.
Okay, so you're saying like
Don't
I can't get mad and talk.
That's
about
right. You can't be holding nothing against me later, talking about I didn't tell you this. And
Oh no.
Because we're gonna be blunt and truthful in here, right?
We show. Yes, absolutely.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. You haven't.
I'm always real. Remember that.
Okay, and I'm always raw, so remember that. Now I don't want you looking at me sideways when we leave about the door, and I still want my kiss tonight before I go to bed.
Shitting me.
Do what now?
I say you're right.
Oh, okay. So, Raw, starting with you, give us who is Raw Wisdom, or who is Raw Wisdom before, let's say, beginning of this year?
Before beginning of this year, I was a single woman. I would hang out from time to time, and a hangout meaning, I would date, go out and have a good time, whether it's dinner, lunch, whatever have you, when I had the time or when I felt like it. So just really chill, laid back, like to have fun when I felt like it, when I wasn't working and taking care of home.
Would you say you were not necessarily you were very? I know you to be a very independent woman. So getting a date with you is almost like an act of God, from what I remember.
Oh, don't mind.
Nobody asked you yet.
It is not. You know what?
Well, you are very particular about the type of man that gets your time, and there's nothing wrong with that. So,
No.
So what has taught you to be that way?
Just being hurt. So, I've had the relationships, younger, and they were, long term. And so, of course, I was hurt. I got hurt a few times. And so being hurt a few times, it's like step back, there's a wall. Each time, I got hurt, I'm talking about a half a door getting put up.
Right.
And so I kind of had a whole house around me.
It was
But you wouldn't be able to tell that because I still was pleasant. I still was a people's person. However, it wasn't that it was so hard to date me. It was just that I recognized bullshit.
True.
And so I hate when a guy sends somebody else to approach me for something that you want to do. To me, it shows weakness. To me.
Okay.
Okay. And so I would get that. And then, the ones that would approach me, they didn't know how to talk out the mouth. They felt like they can be disrespectful. Then the ones that felt like, they had all this money, they had shit going for them, they could talk to me any kind of way. They can, let me take you shopping, let me do this. And I'm like, that could be fun sometimes, but goddamn. Because I already know what you want after you take me shopping. You want to talk about it, that's number one.
Right.
And then, you want to have sex. Or you just feel like you own me at that point.
Right.
So, and then you just want to put me in the category with everybody else that you're doing this for. I'm never in nobody else's category but mine.
True,
so
indeed.
that was kind of the reason why I was kind of like,
So I take it that you had in your mind the man that would be able to break down those walls. What did you imagine in a man for yourself?
somebody that was confident. That's number one. Confident, that was honest, that's going to tell who he is and say who he is and speak on who he is and don't lie about who he is, you know, because that's letting me know that you are happy with you. Yes, I might have done this or I'm this way, but that's you. That's who you are, because eventually it's going to come out anyway.
Right.
And so that's all I ever really wanted was somebody that this is me, instead of telling me, you know, this is who I am and you're showing me this person. But then as time go on, like Steve Harvey always say, you know, the 90 days, and that shit is really real. 90 days, you're going to find out what the hell is going on. But see, this is the thing though. A lot of women will still deal with a dude after finding out they ain't shit. After finding out everything they told them in the beginning is all a lie. After finding out they have a whole wife, they have a whole girlfriend, a whole family, a whole situation, and you're the worst nigga out of your whole crew. Okay? But they still deal with them because they didn't invest it, they didn't tell their friends, they didn't tell their See, I'm like this. I ain't dealing with your ass because now I got to get to know another whole motherfucker, and from the fucker that you was hiding, you don't even like the motherfucker because you was hiding him. So what makes you think I'm gonna like him?
True indeed.
You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not with it.
I'm with
And I just don't have time, so I'll just cut the cord, talk to you later. We could be cool when I see you, hey, what's up? But as far as in that one-on-one time and, you know, hey, what's up, how you doing? And talking about a relationship and all, I'm none of that.
So you're about building you, building your brand, taking care of your girls. That relationships, you visited the relationship, but you didn't really put as much into it because it wasn't put into you as of yet.
Exactly. And what was presented to be put into me wasn't real. You know what I mean? And then it was, you know.
How ironic.
You know what?
No one invited him yet.
Right. But, you know, it just wasn't, you know, it's like I want to invest. You know what I mean? What I want to invest instead of being who you are. And again, I don't like the shit of showing up one way and then you another.
True indeed.
That's just like me telling you, oh, I cook, I clean, I do this, I do that. And then all I fucking make is bologna sandwiches and oodles and noodles.
Because what I know I know what you bring to the table. So you expect the same, if not more.
I do expect the same, if not more. But my thing is, I'm not saying that you had to be on my level, but your damn standards and your dreams and your ambitions, damn sure got to be on my level.
Yes, indeed.
Because if it's not, I'm tugging 4 kids already.
Right.
I ain't got time to keep tugging you.
No.
And you lost completely. You don't even want to identify who the fuck you really are because
Right.
you're lying to me. So it's just, I can't do the lost soul.
Okay.
I can't do that
All
piece.
right.
And I'm not going to deal with somebody that ain't got all they shit together. Like, nah.
No time for that. Okay, so that was the raw before the real. So let's talk to real now.
What up?
Let's talk to real.
What up?
Real, what's going on?
Hey, put the kids to bed before y'all start listening to this now.
Here we go. So talk to me about who is real. What makes you real?
Nah, I'm not a bad guy. The funny part is, I think that's what made us click. We were like two of a kind. Now, I done been down that road, the whole dating thing. And from a man's perspective, I think the biggest part for me was at one point I had to figure out exactly what did I want out of a relationship. You know, what I thought I want, I figured out it's really not what I want. You know, you meet, and that's no knock on nobody I've dealt with. You know, you meet women that's, you know, somewhere got their stuff together, they educated, they got jobs, so forth and so on. But I always say for myself, I got like the ADD of relationships. So
What is that?
my attention span is like real short when it comes to a relationship. The minute it starts to get boring or whatever, you know, I lose focus. I lose interest per se. So the first conversation she and I had, it kind of just like blew me. It's like, wow, everything I always said that if I can get a woman that do this and got this and whatever, that'd probably be the one. You know, that the one thing she had that really pulled me in was her ambition. And this is a clear sign of it. You know, she talked about this from the first day we met and hadn't even really started it yet. But just the way she explained it and how she wanted to do it, that showed me outside of this, her as a person and her ambition. And to have someone that ambitious around you, it only drives you to want to be as ambitious.
Okay, so that's more of giving me a picture of who Real is with Raw, but I need to know who was Real before Raw. What process did you go through to get to where you are?
I was a simple guy. You know, I've been single for the most part for years. On the dating scene, you know, I was in the whole motorcycle scene, so I was kind of busy, tied up. I got 3 girls of my own, and they mean the world to me. My whole life pretty much centered around my daughters. I kind of incorporated everything else around that, besides work, because I know I had to work to keep them happy. Because trust me, they expensive. they hit you hard. But I mean, that's just on. I mean, it was about work, kids, my motorcycle club, that type of thing. You know, then I got out of the whole motorcycle club thing because I kind of felt like it was taken away from my personal life, my kids, relationships, whatever. So I decided to make a change. So I tried the whole dating thing. You know, it's like I said, the interest, it was just hard to keep my interest, keep my focus. And for the last few years, it's just been, I'm just going to do what I do. And
so do you feel that it took a certain person to make a change in you, or did you have to make changes within yourself?
That's the biggest mistake. That's the worst thing you can think, to think that it takes a person to change you or whatever the case may be. If you don't want that change inside of you, it ain't gonna happen. I've never been one to even give anyone the idea that they can change me or make me do what they want to do. Because when you can change someone, but the minute they not happy with that change, they're gonna go right back to who they were. So you didn't change that person really.
Temporarily.
That person just adapted to the situation. I never want nobody to adapt to my situation. Because that's just an appetite for a disaster right there.
Okay.
That's how, in my opinion, that's how most divorces happen and relationships fail, because you get 2 people that kind of so-called change for the next person, but then they lose interest in what's really in front of them, or what they thought it was really isn't what it was. So now it's like, I might as well do what I was doing anyway.
True indeed.
So they go back to being whoever they were. So me has always been about, I'm going to always be real. That's where my name comes from. Anybody that knows me know I'm going to give you my blunt, honest opinion, whether you want it or not. Don't ask me if you ugly, because if you ugly, I'm going to tell you, you are fugly.
Every time.
That's what I do.
Every time.
If you don't believe me, you can find me on Facebook and see some of the things I post and say.
Oh, wow.
I do not bite my tongue for nobody.
By any means.
By any means.
And just to give
now, I do try to be a little, you know, I try not to be as harsh with it.
Lies.
Most of the time, I try not to be as harsh with it. But I'm gonna be real about it.
Always.
I'm gonna be real. But
always.
I want to point out, I do have a genuine heart.
You do.
You do. You do.
I'm about my people.
You cry now, baby.
I mean, are you about to get Carl Thomas emotional in here? Should I cue the music?
Hell no.
Oh, all right, just check it. just check it. Check it. And just to give y'all some background, I've known Real, at least 10 years.
At least 10 years.
At least 10 years.
Whole motorcycle community.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole nother segment.
L Boogie.
Indeed. So let's fast forward a little bit. So we had Real, who was doing his thing, but no one ever really held his focus. And we had Raw, who was just kind of out there living her life, doing her thing, and no one presented the right situation for her. So let's move to, I don't know, October, November last year.
October 27th.
Oh, lay it down
I'm
for
sorry, November 27th,
me. Was that day today?
2017.
There
Well,
it
that was the
is.
first date.
A&M Seafood in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Now that was the first date. But real, was that your first time reaching out to Rob?
Hell no.
Tell us
I'm
how
gonna
it
tell you.
happened.
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, break it down.
And it's, I mean, I guess you here for a reason because
True
you the
indeed.
one that created this whole situation.
Indeed.
You know, I got the inbox. Hey, I got the message. Hey, I got someone I think you might want to meet. You know, I think y'all two would be good for each other. Y'all kind of similar. Blah blah blah. You know me. Okay, whatever. I ain't never had no problem finding a woman on my own, so I don't need nobody hooking me up. But it is what it is.
And I said, what else?
It is what it is. I mean, especially at that time. The last thing I was need somebody was to hook me up, but we ain't gonna go there. That's why we gonna keep this anyway.
Right.
So she said, well, go on. Her name is such and such on Facebook, you know, friend her, whatever. I send
No,
it.
I sent you a picture.
Yeah, you sent me a picture, and I was like, okay. She all right. You know,
That's
she all right.
That's what he said.
that is not what he said.
That is what I said.
I ain't never deleted our inboxes. Don't make me pull it up.
Screenshot, nigga. Prove me wrong.
I saw him sweating through the phone.
I stand by my word.
Whatever.
She
Carry
alright.
on.
So, you know, I had a friend or whatever. Probably 2 weeks later, I finally get a
That's not how that happened.
I don't even know when. No, that ain't even how it happened. I think a week or so later, you hit me and asked me that I talked to her or whatever, and I was like, well, I sent her a friend request and she ain't respond, so fuck it. I mean, I ain't about to chase nobody.
His words exactly.
So, you know, I mean, that's just me. But somehow along in the mix, she and I started inboxing. I think it was behind, we realized we were NFL rivals. You know, she's a Eagle fan.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right, Eagles, fly high.
And I'm a Cowboys fan. So we made a friendly wager on the game or whatever. Eagles kind of sort of won. So honestly, she know this, I tell you, honestly, the only reason I met her on that so-called first date, it wasn't even a first date. The only reason we even met is because I was being a man of my word and paying my bet. We bet dinner on the game.
And I forgot that I was supposed to meet him because I was like, oh shit.
It was just like, I think we both were just like, let's just get this over with, just to fuck it. You know, it is what it is. But you know, she walked in looking half raggedy like she just left the gym or something. But she was still cute though. That's what got my
Cute for
attention.
babies.
Well, she was still, you know, she was still sexy. I ain't gonna, that's the word. Okay, let's be adult. She was still fine as hell.
Right, because that's exactly the
And
phone
you
call
know,
I got.
straight from work or wherever she came from. And I'm like, okay, well, damn, you know, all right. So we started having the conversation, and it was like, damn, she got some goddamn sense. Even up here in Fredericksburg, huh?
Keep on. We gonna put you out.
You know, but I mean, without going to through the details of the conversation, but we had a real good conversation, and it kind of really sparked my interest. And I know Lauren gonna tell it if I don't tell it. So let me go ahead and say it. The minute I left that restaurant,
Nanosecond.
I called Lauren on the phone and I said, "Yo, I got to have her.
That's gonna be my wife.
That's gonna be my wife."
Yeah.
Just one encounter, and I said, "She's the one.
He wanted to hold a whole conversation.
She's the one."
And the next day, you know, I get a knock at the door. But first, the next day, is it on? Oh, the next day, I get a knock at the door, and it was some flowers. So, you know, and I'm like, flowers? I look, and it was from him, and he was, you know, on the little card. Thank you. I enjoyed our time, and I don't think I ever tell you how much I like flowers. I didn't tell you that.
You did.
I did.
The exact conversation we had in that restaurant was you was talking to me about a thing you was trying to put together in NCWT in the group.
Oh, for the dating.
For dating, for
Yes.
men trying to date women.
Yes.
And you wanted to encourage the men to, when they show up for a date, bring flowers. You know, men, we kind of got away from the whole old school feel. You know, women still like flowers. And you mentioned how you like flowers. So that showed you I was paying attention.
And it's funny that you bring up the old school feel because he called me that morning and he said, I need her address. And I'm like, y'all just went on your first date last night. Like, we friends and all, but you could be on To Catch a Predator. I'm not giving you her address, okay? But he didn't tell me why, okay? So, I think what did I tell you? I told you it was like a work address, like
Yeah,
I made something up.
You told me it was a work address.
Yeah, I told you it was a work address. And he sent the flowers to you. And he thought he would send them to your job, and it was actually your house.
And,
No. I asked you for her work address.
Okay.
And you told me that was your address.
Okay. I said
Or
you could send them to me.
Yeah, you told me.
And I'd get them to her.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a problem with where I live. You know my type of crazy, but I just, we weren't ready.
You done ran up on crazy over there too.
That I know. I was actually protecting him.
Yeah. We not that
So.
bad. But and so it was. I mean, the flowers was nice, and then like when she first told me about him, I just was like, I was in the transition of moving to the Richmond area, and so I got off work, right? Yeah, I was getting off work, and I met her, jumped in the truck. So she like, I got somebody, put on your seatbelt, and I'm like, okay, you got somebody what? Yeah. I'm not live. So she's like, the seatbelt or whatever. So I'm like, okay, I got somebody I want you to meet. So I'm like, who you want me to meet? So then she pulls up the picture, and I'm like, why is his beard gray? Like, why? And I said, let me guess. She was like, but he, and I'm like, but what? I meant, but he loves his girls, and I'm like, okay, I love mine too. And I said, oh, let me guess. You think what I need somebody to protect me?
Well, you were moving.
And so she said, well, to be honest, yeah.
You were moving to a new city.
Let me tell you what she said. Because my husband ain't going to drive me crazy trying to keep coming down here watching you and them kids.
That's true.
Because you moving to a whole nother area.
Yes.
So I'm like, I don't have time for that. I got so much stuff going on. I do not got time for that. Then she was like, well, technically we were supposed to meet him this evening, but I see you got the kids with us. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think he going to do that.
Right. Because because I text you and we were supposed to meet up for
to do
drinks.
happy hour.
Because I had a friend I wanted to introduce you to, and that didn't happen, and she wasn't ready for it.
Made me put on my Sunday suit for nothing.
With the creases, the one with the creases.
The creases and
I know. You
butterfly collar.
I'm not doing this with him right now. So
double breasted.
So it meant, but when we did go on our date, it was really like I wasn't nervous. Normally when you go on a date, on a first date or whatever, and a blind date, to be honest, when you go on a date, it's kind of like when you meet the person or wherever, you kind of get butterflies, you get nervous, your hands get sweaty. I had none of that. I have none of that, and it was just, I was calm. I sensed peace, and it was just relaxing. Our conversation wasn't forced; it just flowed. And I'm talking about, I ate. What I got, babe? The seafood bag, whatever.
Man,
I ate, and I fed him a couple
$120 and all I had was water. That was a hella fat bet I paid out that night. I might have went to Vegas or somewhere and bet
Whatever.
Go Eagles, you motherfuckers. But
as
look,
you can see,
let me backtrack. Let me refresh y'all memory.
yes,
Let me tell you when she really actually responded to me in my inbox to anything. Out of all the messages I sent her, they was real blunt, blah, blah. Let me tell you what got her holding a whole conversation with me in my inbox.
what is that?
When that ugly ass girl posted that picture in that towel.
What?
The girl with the towel, the nasty
The one that
bathroom.
saying, "Who can we talk?" and she was naked.
Oh, and
advertising.
you went in on her.
When I started joking on that girl, that's when she started inboxing me, talking to me. I said, well, damn, that's what it had to do to get a conversation
She
out of her?
had, well, that means that she loves the asshole in you because you went in on that poor girl. She's somewhere in therapy right now.
I wish I had the picture to show the people right now.
Good
She ought to
Lord.
be in therapy.
Out of control. So let's fast forward a little bit further. So you got flowers. And then
We kept going on dates.
y'all kept going on dates. I believe flowers kept
And
coming.
every week I would get flowers. Yeah, every week I would get flowers. And then it was like,
Flowers Friday.
Flowers Friday.
yes. And then it was like, it became, I'm busy. I got this going on. Because, I was working night shift. I was
Yeah.
working night shift, then my daytime job, then the evening time, then in the transition of moving. But it was just like something just saying, go out, go have a good time, go down there, out the area, whatever. And I started looking forward to it. And one night, I think it was so then we met at the cigar lounge. We met there, hung out. But after, we just had conversations every day, all night, during the day, in the morning. And it just kept going. And it went from conversations daily to seeing each other weekly, to seeing each other once a week, to seeing each other 2-3 times a week. You know, because you know how it goes. You know, you go down there, you spend a night, but then you don't because you got to go to work and all this. So then it goes, well, you can leave from here and go to work. And it's just been
It just grew.
Yes.
Grew. And that's when you were still here in Fredericksburg, and he was in Dinwiddie, which was the other end of
West
forever.
Bubba Fuck.
Right. In the woods.
One store, one
in and
church.
out.
She came all the way to Dinwiddie.
I did.
One day. I was
did.
working night shift. I had to go to work that night. She came all the way to Dinwiddie one morning just to cook me a pan of turkey wings because I told her how much I like turkey wings. If I won't sold after that.
I cooked you chicken and dumplings first.
Was it chicken and dumplings? That's what it was. It was a big ass pot of chicken and dumplings. I ate that whole damn pot.
And this is when you was on your serious workout game.
Yes.
Came and killed it.
Look, I wish I can stand up and show y'all right now. I went to the doctor about 2 weeks
can
ago,
show.
and the doctor was like, "What the hell you been doing since the last time you been
He
here?"
in love.
I said, "Well, I got a girlfriend now." And the doctor said, "Well, tell her ass stop cooking so much." That was real. The doctor told me to tell you that. Hey, I went from being in the gym every day to being in the gym. I think been in the gym twice this year. That's a damn shame.
And look at me sideways when he come in the house and he don't smell nothing.
Damn shame.
Spoiled.
But what I did admire, like, he's not selfish. And he, you know how when you meet guys in the beginning, ladies, like you'll meet a guy in the beginning and it's like they kind of want to see your worth the same way we want to see their worth. And it's very seldom, again, because this day and time is different, that you see a man doing the footwork because he wants to make it easier for you because he feels like, you know, you're the woman. And I think that he took my schedule and my stuff into consideration. You know what I mean? So let me make it easier for you, because there were times I come down and he'd cook and just chill and relax, and it was just awesome, man. And it just made me just grow closer to him. And I kept on saying, I don't like him. Why you feel like that? And then one day I went to go down there to see him. Got my gas, got my drink, got my little cigar, getting on the highway. And I always pray before I get on the highway for safe travels to and from. And I mean, it was my third date, and it came out of my mouth in my prayer. In my prayer, okay? It came out in my prayer. Please give me safe travels and watch me to and from seeing my husband. So when I'm trying, I'm like, hold up.
Right.
What the hell you mean, husband? You don't even know this man. Okay? Then I take my little drink. I'm like, well, I'll tell you what. I don't know what it is. God, I don't know if it was you talking to me. I don't know who that was, but let me go on down this road.
Right.
And we went down there. That's the night, baby. We had a wonderful time. And I treated him. And I treated that night. He's like, I got it. I'm like, no, I got it. He was like, so then when he seen the bill, he was like, man, I got it. And I'm like, nope. I'm going to treat you. And we sat and we laughed and we talked. And ladies, it's okay to treat.
Indeed.
Too. It's okay. It is okay. I'm not saying treat every man you go on a date with, but what I'm saying is it's okay too, because you got to remember, you are paying for you to have a good time as well. Everything don't have to be a motive all the time to get something out of somebody else.
And there's different levels to catering to your man. It's
Exactly.
So many different ways.
And he
to
wasn't
do
my
it.
man at the time, but I just felt that he deserved my money, my hard-earned money.
Not only that, what made that even a little more special was, if you remember, I was burying my cousin the very next day.
Yes, he was.
You know, and it was you know the story. It was something very near and dear to my heart in that whole situation. It was a crazy situation. So she knew I needed a little relaxation because it was a tough situation at that time. And she came through with that.
She knew
Yeah.
how to be your piece.
She,
Yeah.
and she has been my piece ever since. I tell you.
Yeah, and it's been so, man. It's just, Lauren, I just can't even explain. It's really like old school love, and people will say, you know, what y'all have is rare. What y'all have is rare. But when you think about it, is it rare or is it old school love?
Is it rare or is it scary that it's almost extinct and we have to fight to bring it back?
Right, exactly. And then, because when you think about it and process it, you know, and like one of my podcasts that I have about dating inside your relationship, old school love, man. I mean, it's just natural. Instead of trying to get something from each other, you're busy trying to get to know each other, and you're busy trying to make it easier for one another. And you don't have to be all that serious to do so. You can make it easier for a friend all the time.
Right.
But people be so busy trying to prove a point, trying to do this, trying to do. Be yourself, man. Y'all men, never feel intimidated by a woman that's on her walk. Never feel intimidated by an independent woman. Never, ever. I don't care if you ain't got nothing. But if you got drive and you got ambition and you got time and you got a heart and you got love in you, a woman, a real woman is going to take that over a dude that has wealth, arrogant, nasty, and about 10 of you. Only a female that's insecure is going to want that dude that has 10 of you, because she got to prove a point. You know, because you got females out there that want the dude that got all these females just to prove a point.
Right.
Thinking their vagina is going to do the trick. Honey,
it
let me tell you
sure
something about good pussy.
You can find it anywhere.
No, let me tell you something about it. What's better than it?
New.
New pussy. You understand? Like, for real.
That's where we going with this.
I mean, that's not where we're going, but I'm just saying. But anyways,
let me, and then on another note, for the guys, and this kind of more towards the guys that's watching, or actually the women too. Don't get this perception that I've always been this good guy as far as relationship, whatever. Let me tell you about me. You know, well, not with a whole lot of details, but I think timing was the biggest part of what we had.
for both of us.
Yeah.
And I was just at a time where I decided that I wanted to do things a little different than what I have done. Because, and I'll be honest with you, if some of my past relationship, people I've been in past relationships, if they sitting here watching this and they listen to this, they gonna say, who the fuck is this motherfucker? You know, they.
And what's so special about her?
Yeah, exactly. And what the hell make her so special? And I think I posted on Facebook the other day that quote, what makes Rachel so special? It's not about what make her so special. It's about how special she makes me feel. And like I said, she caught me at a time where I decided that I wanted to change. I wanted to do things different to see if I can get a different result. I was tired of the results I was getting. I'm not saying I was tired of the females I was dealing with, but I was tired of the results that was coming from those relationships. That's the difference.
So you took
And I
your
was there too.
responsibility in that.
So I took on my own responsibility in my own life,
Yep.
in my own relationships. So I just want to clear that up. This has nothing to do with no past relationships or bad relationships. I can't ever say I had a bad relationship. I always had a learning experience. That's what life is about, a learning experience. And that's what I've done. I've learned, I've grown, and I moved on. And that's hard for a lot of people to do.
Yep.
But until you get to that point where you feel that you can move on your own, it's going to be a struggle. So that's just something you got to do within.
And it's okay to let, and a lot of women too, because I was one. I used to hold on to shit. I would not move forward until I had to teach his ass a lesson. Don't cheat on me. Don't disrespect me. Don't do this. And then, you think you got him, but I bet you I'm the one that control him.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, that was my mindset then. You got him for what, 2-3 hours, or he might have spent the night out. But where he lay his head at, where he paid bills at, this, that, and the third. But now the Rachel that I am today, the raw wisdom that I am today, that ain't about nothing. Because if you had him, he wouldn't have been over there with her. You know what I mean? But as I grew, stop trying to prove a point to a female you don't even like anyway, that don't even like you.
Right. And
stop letting a man mistreat you. You understand? No. Why are you mistreating me? But I learned a lot of things too from, and I tell people this all the time, my friends' relationships, my mother, my father, my uncles and them. Like, I learned a lot from that. And I think too, like when I was in the dating scene, my girlfriends would say, why you your feelings not hurt, you ain't crying, you ain't not eating, I mean, you chilling, you. And I'm like, yeah, because you don't want to know why? I leave my fucking feelings at home on a nightstand. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, you know how much a pack of chicken and a bag of potatoes is? To keep it all the way real and all the way funky? And a bag of corn or whatever? I mean, that shit to feed 4 niggas. Who gives a fuck?
So would you say, to keep it real raw, you would say you all had to release a certain amount of your own bullshit to receive the blessing of each other?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And I always said, in my next real situation, and 2, I had to get out of wanting a boyfriend. And get in the lane of preparing myself and setting myself up to receive a husband. Okay? You can't keep yelling husband, husband, husband when you ain't wifey, wifey, wifey either. You know what I mean? And for years, I was in the boyfriend lane where we play games with each other. We are tick for tack for each other. Yeah, did we love each other, take care of each other, whatever. We had good times, but at the same time, I'm still in that boyfriend lane. And like, I'm over it.
Yeah, you don't build with boyfriends.
No. And you can, because it's levels to it, but you got to make sure that boyfriend is ready to be a man. He's ready to be a husband. Because sometimes we got to teach each other some things. You know what I mean? I didn't know that I was going to be engaged to him. You know what I mean? Going into it. I didn't know that. But I also made it clear, this is where I'm at. I'm looking to be married. Not saying if he would have told me, oh, I don't want to be married, I ain't going to do this, I wouldn't have been mad at him. I just knew it's no sense in me keep going on dates with you.
Right.
Because we're on 2 different pages. Do we have a lot in common? We do. But until you're ready, because I'm not going to sit here and be 5, 6, 7, 8, because I did this with the last person, so I'm not going to do this with the next.
Right.
And I had to learn to take responsibility for your shit, be upfront what you want, and know
Lay
what you
out
want.
your expectations.
Exactly. And if you know that you don't want a boyfriend and you want to go into the husband lane, stop dating dudes that don't want a girlfriend. Stop dating dudes that don't want to be married. Because you're not going to get nowhere. Date men. I'm not saying we're going to get married today or tomorrow, but date a man that's saying, you know what, if the right lady comes along, I would be willing to get married. Oh, yeah, so we can go on a date and kick it and get to know each other.
Right.
Because, it's, at least we know where we're trying to go. What's the sense? And I went through that phase of, men will tell me all the time, oh, gosh, why you not married? You're wifey material. And I'm like, I am. But I wasn't married because I was busy dating.
The wrong man.
Exactly.
Okay, so since you brought it up, let's fast forward a little bit. You 2 are engaged.
We are.
Newly engaged. Fresh. So how did we get there? Let's talk about that.
Well, we fast forwarding, but we're going to backtrack.
Let's do it.
Let me put this out there.
It's there, fan.
I've been separated from my past wife since October of 2007. Every relationship I've been in between has always been, well, when are you going to get a divorce? When are you going to get a divorce? And my response always been, well, I'll get it done sooner or later, blah, blah, blah. So here we are now. And Ross says, so what's going on with the divorce? In 2 months, the divorce was final. Done deal.
Yeah, because I said, but then too, I think, ladies, when he revealed to me that he was married, and he like, hold on, before you hang up, before you go off, we've been separated for some time. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I listened to him, so I was quiet and I had to listen. And now, so I told him, I can't, let me tell you something I can't do. I can't deal with a married man. But we're not together. I understand if you're not together. Well, I'm going to say this. Y'all might not be together, but my feelings is going to be at a standstill. They will be put up somewhere because I am not about to fall for you or be in a situation with you and we build and then the divorce never comes. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, if you plan on doing a divorce and we build and you could be in an accident, anything. I got to go and phone your wife to come and do some paperwork for you. And if she is with another dude, she got to wait for him to be okay with this situation that's going on over here. Because that means, because for me, you need to get up and come and handle business from, and I'm like, nah. So I didn't just say, did I be like, this is what you did. I didn't demand that I explain to him why I felt the way that I felt. And I think it made a difference because I wasn't just demanding it. I was telling him why I felt the way I felt.
Not
I gave him a
once did
scenario.
you said you need to do this or it need to be done. Not once that was it that type of conversation. It was a straight up conversation of this how you felt about it.
And this is why I feel
Gave
this
you
way.
my reasoning for whatever.
And you told
We
me.
went back and forth. And I mean, come on, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That was 10 years
Exactly.
of separation.
But like you
that was
said-
that was no real reason why I hadn't done it.
Right, and like you said though,
And that
You
was
never
another
had
one
a
of those
reason to do it.
situations where it wasn't just about because you asked, it was because it even made sense to me. Like, why am I letting this loose baggage just hold me down? I can't move on like this.
and I remember saying to you, you know, how would you feel if a female was married and y'all build and then something happened to her or anything and then you got to go call her husband and then it's just, oh, when you ready to get married, this is the channels that we got to go through. So I went down to go hang out with him one evening. The next morning he wakes up, we got somewhere to go, and I'm like, where? We going to the lawyer's office. And he went and he filed for his paperwork. And I just was like, wow. He's
But-
a man of his word.
And not only that, you laid out the expectation of not telling him what to do, because you can't tell a grown
No,
man
exactly.
what to do. But you told him what you were willing to do and what you were willing to accept.
I mean, it was simple. In order for us to move forward, these are the kind of things that we need to line up before we can really, really move forward. If you're serious about moving forward, we need to work on these things. And that was on both ends. She had her expectations, I had my expectations. And as two adults, we had that choice to say, well, fuck that shit. We don't give me, that's the bad part. A lot of times we look at that as an ultimatum. And it's not always an ultimatum.
But the delivery, I think,
Yeah, it's all about the delivery.
make you feel like that.
Yeah, and I think that's been my issue before. Don't give me an ultimatum. That's the worst thing you can do is give me an ultimatum. Because I always been that child that's gonna push the envelope. If my mama said to me, if you do it again, I'm gonna beat your ass. Most times I did it again.
3-4
And
times.
most times I got my ass beat. But I was just that type of child. So, no. But like I said, the delivery can make a whole world of difference in anything we do. Anything we do. Relationships, work, life. The way you present something to somebody. What's the saying? You can kill more bees with honey than you can with shit. And it's just that simple. I can walk in a room and just start demanding, and I've been.
And I used to be, and I'm gonna tell you, I think I've told you, because he used to think that I think you kind of thought that I was just like kind of passive, bougie, whatever.
Bougie is
But
what
I
you
used
said.
most
to,
light skin,
I used to be like the man, like
Right.
I'm the nigga in the situation, like I'm the dude, and I had to learn like, how can you keep saying you want a man, but you busy trying to be the man?
Trying to be one.
A man don't want a man, not a
man that.
This man don't want a man.
There it is. There it is.
That shit understood.
right, but
Ain't
it
gonna
was
be
just
one sense of nuts walking around that motherfucker. I got all daughters. Ain't no reason why no other nuts should be walking around my house unexpected. I just want to put that out on the table. I don't want to hear about no nuts you used to have either.
There it is.
Now, I'm just saying.
All right. So.
Yeah, okay, now we
moving
got
right
that out
along.
the way. Yeah, moving right along.
So.
No surprises and shit.
None. So
Fucking-
then I get a phone call from you, and or phone call or text message, and you're telling me that you ready to marry this here girl. This is this the one right here.
I probably got the text thread right here.
Because
in my phone.
we don't delete it for what?
And that's the bad part because we gotta open everything with us is open.
Right.
There ain't no secrets. There ain't
Right.
no backdoor, nothing. And I keep forgetting about that. So when you and I don't have the conversations
know.
trying to plan some stuff,
I know.
it dawned on me later. Like I wonder if she went in my damn phone and see what me and Lauren was
But what's
playing
the worst
whole
of it
day.
is that her and I are always together so much, and I'm quick to like give her my phone or she has
Yeah,
my
I remember
phone.
one day you said, "Don't respond to
Don't
this,"
respond to
because I'm
this.
sitting right next to her. I think that was the day I sent you the picture of the ring.
Oh,
or
the
something.
rings,
Yeah.
right? And I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, "There's some backhanded stuff we doing," but I kept saying, "It's for a good reason. It's for a good reason."
But you know what? But even the time that I will go through the phone being nosy, I will go straight past. I mean, there's no need to look at y'all conversation.
It'd be because it's usually him cracking on me. That's just the gist of it. But you tell me that this is the one, and we start planning scenarios of when you're gonna propose and when this is gonna happen.
We had all kinds of scenarios.
Man, we had plans, but
I was mad that Kevin. I hope Kevin listened to this podcast
Yeah.
too. I was mad
Kevin,
that
you
he
gotta catch
ruined
it.
my initial plan.
Yes.
By proposing when he proposed to his girlfriend on his birthday, and that was my plan. Talking to Lauren, I said I'm gonna do it at my birthday party because all my family gonna be there, or her family gonna be there. Seemed like the perfect time. And it was funny because even after I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to copycat, but the whole time we was at the birthday cookout, Lauren and her husband, they still talking about fuck
it
that
wasn't
shit.
me.
Go ahead,
It
and
wasn't
do
me.
it. Go
My
ahead and do
husband taking my ring off my hand, talking about here.
I said I ain't got no ring to do it.
He said, "Here, use hers.
Use her ring.
I'm like,
What is going on here?
Yeah.
because
And then it's like, I mean, hey, cuzzo, I mean, Dad, you want to marry me off that bad?
well,
like,
look,
really?
what's crazy is because if anybody that knows these here Websters, you got to say it like that. These here Websters, the men. They're so tight. There's so many of them that they don't need anybody else. What you need an outsider for? There's 86 of them, and that's just first cousins. And then how they are about you.
They all think they my daddy.
Every
They
last
all-
one of them.
Yes.
Every last one of them feel like they are personally responsible for her. So for them to accept you,
I bet you I can call anyone on right now and say, hey, man, Rachel just hit me. They gonna come over there and beat her
they
ass.
sure gonna do it.
So what the hell wrong with you?
What you did, Rachel?
Yeah,
Don't
what you
ruin
gonna
this.
do?
Don't
No,
ruin
no,
this
no,
for us.
No. I'm gonna tell you what they gonna say. What you to do? She done went crazy on your ass. I knew it was coming
We told
sooner
you
or
she was
later.
crazy. We told you. We told you. But they genuinely, like my husband. I mean, if it ain't
brother.
Webster, that in itself is
When I
a
told
miracle.
my brother that I was talking about him so much, and I just had this glow in this smile. I guess I just had googly eyes. Fuck that shit. You don't even know his fucking ass. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck you keep talking about him so he give you flowers. Let me know how many dudes get flowers. And I said, listen, let me tell you something. You ain't gonna spoil what I'm talking about with my friend.
Right.
And like I said, I like him. I don't give a damn if it don't work, but right now it's working and I'm a ride with it and you can get mad all you want. You know what he said? Well, goddamn, I ain't never.
Man.
Then he gonna say this. Y'all go together already? I
Right.
said, no, we don't go together already. I mean, damn, you protecting them like, y'all go together already.
And what's crazy is after y'all got engaged, he actually hugged me and thanked me for introducing y'all. And for anybody that knows your brother and I,
No, he hugged him at his
he
birthday
hugged
party.
right. And he's not a hugger.
Even before when I told her brother what I was planning on doing, I tell you what, you call her brother now.
He not gonna talk to them.
He's not gonna talk to them. He's not gonna answer. He's not gonna answer his phone.
You would think he was my brother. And my brother was at my birthday party, and they was acting like they was brothers.
He's not gonna answer the phone.
No.
Yeah, he's not gonna answer the phone. And then my husband,
They good people.
that's his favorite cousin. Like those two, I mean, thick as thieves. And he loves James for her. And he says, I don't worry about Rachel anymore. He's like, I truly never worried about Rachel because Rachel can handle herself. He said, but I don't worry about her heart anymore. So that's huge. So
And everybody. But you know what was funny? So every year, you know how we go to Uncle Jamie's for the New Year's.
we not there. Oh, you talking about New Year's? Yeah.
We go there for New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we go there, and everybody coupled up. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
got somebody. You know, me, Joy, we don't got nobody.
Right.
You know, and so the old men, everybody know there's old men that's in the hood that hang out, know
Right.
around the family. You so fine, where your man at? And I said, I ain't got one. Shit. Well, can I dance with you tonight? I said, long as it ain't at 11:59.
She did used to dance with the old men. I think that's why she came around to your bed.
So that day, and
Let me find out you got daddy issues.
Oh Lord!
Is that a whole nother podcast? That's a whole
nother
nother segment.
podcast. That's a whole nother segment. Anyways, so we go. So
Don't do
then
Richard Bunny like that.
You two go on vacation. Your vacation, and you all go to Cali. and y'all go to Vegas, and you have a really good time, like a really good time. And I conversated with each of you separately, but you and I talked more. And you had said to me several times,
time we was there.
"Mind your business. She loves me."
God damn.
You said
Jealous?
Every
Little
goddamn
bit.
morning she had to get up and call Lauren.
Little
What the
bit.
fuck is going on?
Listen.
Shit.
Anyways,
Throw that
you said to
goddamn
me
phone
repeatedly,
out
"This is my husband. That man, this is my husband. This man is my husband." And I've never heard you say those words. Like, I was like, Rachel, I know it's 9 a.m., but are you drunk? Like, why you keep saying this to me?
Because he's my husband.
She was drunk,
This
too.
man is my husband. This man is my husband. So then you and I decide, 4th of July,
4th of July.
boom, we doing this.
And it's funny because, I tried to put it off to her birthday.
You tried it.
But you was like, that's too long. We can't wait that long. I had a whole big old plan set up for the surprise birthday
It
party
was beautiful.
and everything.
So I'm still gonna get a birthday party.
No,
know about all
let's
that.
move
We
forward.
got a
I'm gonna get a
whole
party.
wedding.
What?
We got a whole
Which,
wedding
you
to
want
do.
a birthday party or a wedding?
We
Which
got
one
a
you
whole wedding to do.
I want both.
No, ain't nobody doing all
That's
that.
the damn-
So
So then I said, well, okay, the birthday too long. We're gonna do it on November 27th to mark the year that our first date. That was still too damn long for her. Are you sure you want to wait that long? Like, what the fuck? Is she running out of town? Or is she still in town?
No,
Let me know what the fuck is going on.
Let me
here.
tell you why I felt that way. Because I know you, and when something is in your head, y'all be laying in the bed watching TV, and you roll over and be like, "Look, let's go and get married." And I wanted it to be an event. You were not going to hold on to it, especially once you told me you had bought the ring.
So you were scared we was going to Vegas to elope.
That part.
Hey, and we went to the Vegas chapel.
I said, Rachel,
And
will
then
come
he
back married.
said something. He was like, "Well, how you know I ain't got the ring with me?" And I said, "Cause you don't." How you know?
I ain't tell you
said,
about
'Cause you
that.
don't.
She talked cash shit to me in Vegas. And I said, I wish I had that goddamn ring with me right now, because I would pop it on her. Hey, I mean, she just,
And she would have married you.
she whatever. Said, I
let me-
forgot her
And then I
exact
told him
words.
too, I said, "Just be quiet
Yeah,
about
she
it."
said, "Don't say shit else about no marriage or no
she
wedding
was angry.
unless you serious. You really do
Oh,
it."
she
And I
was
want to say,
hostile.
"Motherfucker, I got the ring at home right now. Don't talk shit to me.
Show her who you are.
Who the hell you think you talking to?"
You.
But I bit my goddamn
He's
tongue
the
that
big-
time.
let me tell you what
I
he
said,
gonna
"I
say.
get her ass."
Let me tell you what he gonna say. I knew I should have took you to that chapel. Now you all worked up about getting married.
She done
And I
went in
said,
somebody else's wedding in the damn chapel, witnessing somebody else's goddamn wedding like they don't invite us to the after party there, goddamn thing. Who the fuck are these motherfuckers?
So let me tell you, when she gets back, we were either on the phone or we were together somewhere, and she says to me, "I'm gonna propose to him at the 4th of July cookout."
Damn, I should have
Mind you and I had already had the conversation. Everything was set. Everything was planned. I had notified people. This is what time you got to be there. James is proposing to Rachel. Don't miss this. I done sold tickets. Made a profit. Okay.
Where the hell my cut at?
That's
I
none
need
of
to
your
pay for that ring.
business. That's none of your
Shit.
business. So she says, "I think I'm going to propose to James at the 4th of July cookout." I went straight Stone Age on her. Why don't you let a man be a man? Why you always got to be running something?
Let me tell you what she said. Give that man his balls and let him keep it. You always trying to drag a nigga by his balls.
I said, why you always got to run something? Let the man be a man. Let him do his own thing.
But then she says this though. She says, "What you look like proposing to him in front of all your? Do you know how your cousins is?" I said, "Well, hold up. You want to get technical about it? My daddy and my uncle Jamie said you raw wisdom. Do something different. Yeah, you do different stuff. Propose to the man. Who said the man got to do all the proposing? All you want your man, you go get your man." And I said, "Nah, I'll wait."
Right. But I mean, I had to talk cash shit. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm thinking of things to say. Honestly, I didn't have a problem with it. Had you still been talking some birthday mess, I would have blew your little spot and let her do it. Let's be honest. But, so then we get to the 4th of July cookout. We're texting that morning. You nervous as a whore in church.
Oh, no, damn nervous.
I got the text messages.
Oh, no.
You were nervous.
Damn,
So I'm telling you to,
don't
wait for
get-
us to get there, make sure everybody's there,
I don't
everybody's
get
there on
nervous.
point. You talking about something, I'm gonna do it right away. Get it out the way.
But that's because I know some people was in and out and had to go. That's how I
Right.
talked to some other people, and it was a time crunch. And plus, I didn't want everybody to be all on edge, the whole cookout, just waiting when it's gonna happen. Let's get this shit over with, and we gonna party.
Damn, let's get this shit over with. Really?
This shit over with.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
We gonna party.
That's
We gonna
romantic.
drink. We
But let
gonna,
me tell you, this is what he told
we
me
gonna do what
too.
we do.
You ain't no sense in the pastor asking you if you doing that, because I'm gonna let him know. She do, I do. What you talking to her
Ain't
for?
no goddamn if she do, she do.
So we all
And I
get
wish
together.
the motherfucker would stand up talking about they disagree.
Lord
I'm gonna have that
Jesus.
motherfucking yapper on my goddamn hip.
Okay, that's another segment too.
Don't make me light that church up. God
See,
bless
that's why we know we can't get you married in no church. We got
All
other
right.
plans. Anyway,
That's even better outside.
so we get everybody together. She disappears to the bathroom.
Yeah. Like, what the hell just happened?
Like, why is she not here?
To change her damn shoes.
Why
She
we
went to the
all-
bathroom to change her shoes.
We all
I went to
standing
the bathroom
around.
to
We all standing around, and so she finally comes out, and you're there with the mic, and you confess your love to her family.
No doubt.
But you never once said, babe, you never said, I love you so much, and you was telling my family how much you love them. I'm just saying. But I know you love me.
Yes,
But I love him so much.
Well, shit,
Yes,
somebody had to tell you to say I will.
right. Well, because I think she said it to you, but we didn't hear it.
I did. I said it to you, but they didn't hear it.
I ain't hear it either then.
Yeah. So, you propose. You get down on one knee. I have it on video. I might send it to him to edit on in for this part right here. I have it on video. And you propose, and it was a very emotional moment. Like it was beautiful. I was crying.
Man, her daddy,
I was crying.
her brother,
Everybody, the girls.
I ain't never been hugged by so many men in my damn life.
There's a lot of
So
them. There's
what
a
the
lot
hell
of
just happened?
them. Man, you
And then my bonus daughter, man, she was
Wow.
so Jay was so listen, Jay start calling people that I don't even know.
right, Jake. Man,
Jay just start calling everybody.
she was excited.
She was.
And then Destiny, your baby, was crying so hard. I thought something had happened to the girl, and she's like, "No, I'm just so happy." So this is a union of families. This is you all. Your entire world's coming together, and I love that picture of all of you all together with your grandson and your girls, and this is
So
beautiful.
I'm a glad mom.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, but I know that
Okay.
I know that I want to say this, like, I'm just happy. I'm glad that you chose me to be your wife, and I'm glad that you chose to have patience with me.
Indeed.
And I'm glad that everybody else didn't work out. I'm glad that everybody else didn't work out for you.
You gonna show me how glad you are tonight?
Here we go.
I showed you this morning.
Oh, wake up,
Lord, what are all
Put him back to sleep.
wake up, back to sleep.
Anyways,
I didn't get my baby to camp on time.
real raw. So are we releasing the date? So what is this? When is this
So
happening?
our date will be 7/27/19.
Yes. So there we have a wedding approaching, July 27th, 2019.
Can we get a reality show for the wedding?
Absolutely.
We should.
We got the cameraman.
We should be able to, because it's gonna be something else.
I'm trying to get paid.
I told you I'd be selling tickets. I got you. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Wow. So I mean that's a beautiful story, you all.
Yeah.
And it's only the beginning.
And going into closing, because we're going to wrap this thing up. It's time for us to get up out the studio. I just want to say to women and men out there, man, walk your walk. And that's what this is about. You know, and I have the shirts, you know what I mean? He has one, I have one. And it's about walking your walk. Do not be in a relationship. Do not stay in a marriage because of what you're scared somebody else is going to think about you, or you're scared to even be alone by yourself, or you're scared